Hello everyone and welcome back to our European Journeyman series with Napoli. Now we're on quite a good run of form since taking over the club. We had a bit of a patchy start, the first three games not exactly going to plan, although we did scrape through on penalties in the TIM Cup, but we've since put together a pretty exceptional run of form. A couple of disappointing draws against Inter Milan where I felt like we maybe should have won that game. Two late goals for Inter Milan gave them a lead, and then really late on we managed to get the equaliser. That was such a dramatic last 10 minutes or so, and then a really annoying 0-0 draw with Sassuolo when we should have won that game quite comfortably. Now, following our 3-1 win in the first leg of the TIM Cup, we do have to play Torino twice more, both times in the Europa League knockout round, before then playing them two more times in Serie A and then the second leg of the TIM Cup. Between those games, we've also got matches against Palermo, who are currently third in the league and performing very well, and Spezia Calcio, who are going to be bottom of the table by the time we play them, I assume. Now, Palermo are a team that we really do have to be beaten. If we can win this game, we will move on to 39 points, up to 7th, once again, just 2 points behind Roma, and we'd also be 5 points behind Fiorentina, but we can close the gap on third place in Champions League football down to 7 points. I still think that's maybe a bit too far away from where we're going to end up, but if we can finish in these top two positions, it'd be really helpful, and dragging Palermo down into that fight can only benefit us. So I'm hoping, although we are away from home, that we can keep our unbeaten form going. For this game, we are going to be playing with the rejuvenated Morgenstern up front, who scored in his last match. Pires and Gabbiadini both been fantastic and continue in their positions. Oggier, Sensi and Diawara are in midfield, with Traore, Musacchio, Koulibaly and Florenzi the back four. It's actually our strongest back four. First time I think they've all played together, so it'll be interesting to see how they do with Murray backing them up. De Perella puts the ball in to Bonazzoli. Ball crossed to the back stick, and Murray did not deal with that. Sorensen nearly had an open goal. Sorensen with the throw. In to Santoro. Back to Sorensen. Ball in, and Raul nearly picked it up. It's Hiljemark who pulls it back, and Secour's effort has deflected in. Quite unfortunate for us there. I think he hit one of the defenders and stopped Murray reaching it. Traore with the throw, just 15 minutes left for us to try and get back in this. Here's Pires in a good position, Oggier into Florenzi, and Quesada has hit the post, so close to a late equaliser for us. Quesada back to Florenzi. Oggier can't find the right pass, and now D'Amico sends the ball forward. Bonazzoli in on goal, pulls it back, and Gonçalo has scored at the back post to put us 2-0 down, and it really is game over at this point, surely. Traore with the throw finds Quesada, who came so close to getting us our equaliser. Svensson out to Florenzi. Ball ricochets away, and D'Amico can hit us on the counter-attack again with Bonazzoli's support. Just goes past two players. Now D'Amico has a clear run. Koulibaly does clean up for us, and Murray sends it down the pitch. Easily taken by Parma, but now we have control. Pires over the top, Quesada in on goal, and this time he does find the back of the net, and we've got 9 minutes to try and find the winner. Polissano's free kick sends it forward to Santoro. Now Hiljemark to D'Amico. Santoro does lose possession. Svensson tries to release Pires, who's fouled by Sorensen, who's already on a yellow card. He could be about to reduce his team down to 10 men and give us a real chance of getting something from this game. There is the second yellow. He is off, and we have 8 minutes against 10 men, there or thereabouts. Well, we've got a corner in the last second of the game. It's sent in towards Musacchio, cleared out to Quesada. There's the full-time whistle. And our shooting's just not been good enough today. 11 shots, only 3 on target. And we have lost to a 10-man Palermo. It really shouldn't have happened. And it means that we have fallen further away from Fiorentina. We're now 8 points off them in the race for Europa League football. Well, it's time for the home leg of our Europa League last 16 tie against Torino. We did beat them 3-1 away in the first leg of the TIM Cup, so I'm hoping we can do something similar at home in this competition. I'd like to keep a clean sheet too. The defence is the same as the last game to try and achieve that goal. Diawara is partnered with Asensio and Oggier in the middle. Bernard in on the left flank and Morgenstern leading the line. Gabbiadini needs to pop up with a couple of goals today to help us out, and I'm hoping for much better performances from Bernard, who has been really poor so far since I've been in charge of the club. Traore trying to bring the ball out. He's in them on the counter-attack a little bit here. Gabbiadini has the ball, steps inside one player, back to Asensio, now Odje, out to Morgenstern. Gabbiadini, over to Odje, ball out to Florenzi. He pulls it back to Diawara in a good position. Now sent out to the left, Traore to the far post, and that is a stunning finish from Gabbiadini. An excellent team move that has given us a lead in this tie. Asensio with the ball, finds Odje, now Florenzi. Skips past one tackle, still going Florenzi, and he's nearly scored, but Gabbiadini with an excellent volley into the net for his 15th of the season makes it 2-0. Helenda on the ball, across to Bernardo in his own box. Now Bazzelli, back to the goalkeeper. He's probably going to punt this one long, exactly what he does. He has found Gomez though, and there's a ball into Del Monte, and that is a wasteful effort. Corner from Florenzi, sent into the middle. Header down, and Bernard has it, and it's blocked by the body of players in front of the goal. Florenzi's corner, cleared at the first man. Odje gets there, finds Florenzi again. Ball into the middle, and Asensio's just put that wide. We're into that 90th minute of normal time. It's Sensi on the ball for us, back to Misakio. Need to be careful not to concede an away goal at this point in the game. Misakio just lingering on this ball before sending it back to Murray. He's just punted that forward, and Vaz is able to bring it down. Now Pia, across to Bernard, in on goal, but can't finish it. Well, there's the full-time whistle. In a game we've thoroughly dominated. We probably could have had more goals as well, but I'll take a 2-goal win with a clean sheet at home, because 1 goal away from home will leave Torino needing 4 to stop us from progressing into the quarterfinals. Well, we really need to pick up 3 points against Spezia Calcio after losing to Palermo in our last league game. The team morale is actually holding up pretty well. We have been on a good run of form, so it's not too surprising. But we've managed to rebuild the team's confidence after coming in when it was pretty poor. And for this match, we do have our big name players back. Pires coming back on the left flank. Odje, Asensio and Diawara are all in the middle, with Traore, Musacchio, Koulibaly and Florenzi across the back line. Murray in goal. I'm hoping Gabbiadini can pitch up with another couple of goals today and make sure we get the points. Morgenstern with the ball, running at the Spezia defence. He's gone for goal as well, and he wasn't far away with that one. Dillaboggi puts the ball forward. Now Danzi onto Paletti. There was a man making a run there, so that was an important tackle by Misakio, and he's just launched it down the pitch. Romagnoli cleaning up there, the former AC Milan defender. Now Laurie sends the ball forward. It's with Odje. Now Morgenstern can run at the defence again. He's already had one pot shot. This time he plays it to Gabbiadini. Odje out to Traore with a lot of space into Pires, and a deflected finish gives us the lead. It's taken a while to get the breakthrough, but that could prove decisive. Laurie sending the goal kick long. It is won by our players. Now Asensio spreads it wide to Pires, looking to have a good run of his. People in the box to aim for. It's come to Odje. On to Morgenstern. Excellent turn and finish from him to make it 2-0. 15 goals for him now this season. Noblias sends it forward. Zanimacchia pushes it over to Paletti. Ball through to Pico, and he's found an instant reply for Spezia Calcio, and this game is not finished yet for us. Morgenstern's free kick out to Asensio, slipped into Gabbiadini. He finds Morgenstern. Pushes it out wide to Traore. Pretty good ball, and Gabbiadini's header was horrendous. Laurie sends a goal kick out. Won by our players again, but it's come to Mosti. He plays it back to Romagnoli. Now Dillaboggi. On to Zanimacchia. Ball straight to Kubai. Now Odje. Florenzi to Asensio. Odje again. Finds Florenzi in a much more advanced position. He pulls it into Douglas Costa. Odje back to Diawara. Not a positive ball there. Now Asensio pushes it through, and Morgenstern is in on goal for number 3. Free kick from Douglas Costa. Misakio headed it on, but it's cleared by the defender, and Asensio loses the ball. Douglas Costa finds Odje. Now Costa again. Back to Odje, but his shot is blocked. Selegas cuts out the pass. Odje to Asensio. Odje again. Ball can't be slipped through at the minute. Asensio finds Pires though, edge of the area, and he finds 4-1. About 10 seconds left to go in this game. A 4-1 victory is on the cards for us. It's been a very strong performance, and there are the 3 points that we desperately need. Sometimes you need a bit of a free hit like this one in the league, and it should hopefully kickstart our season properly. We're now still 5 points behind Roma, 6 points behind the Europa League places, so not an ideal situation to be in. I want to move away from the pack below us, get some steam ahead of Udinese and Lazio. Really, we need to be fighting in for those Europa League places, but with 11 games to go, we have got work to do. Just the one change to the team as we face Torino away from home. We've got that 2-0 lead from the first leg. One goal will leave Torino needing 4 to go through. So I'm hoping we can get that early on and then take a few players off and rest them ahead of our other matches. We are facing Torino in the league next, I think. So if we just have a look at the fixture list, you'll see 3 of our next 4 games against Torino, having played them twice in the last 2 weeks already. We will have played them 4 times in the month of March, which is crazy. But we need to make sure we do book our place in the quarterfinals of the Europa League. If we want to have a chance of winning this competition, we need to really go for it, because it is our best route to Champions League football. Only the one change, and that is Bernard coming in for the cup-tied Pires. Otherwise, the team is unchanged, and I'm expecting an equally good result. Gabbiadini gives the ball away. Moy Gomez sends it forward, but Diawara cuts it out. Nice interception now. Odje to Bernard. Spreads it to Florenzi. A man on the 6-yard line is Morgenstern, and there is the away goal. It's come inside 4 minutes, and Torino now need to score 4 times in this game to stop us going through. Corner from Asensio. Into the middle for Masaccio. It's cleared to Odje. Asensio tries again, and a third time, I assume. There he goes to the back stick, and Bernard was in there completely unmarked. A free header which he loops to the far post for 2-0. Florenzi with the throw, finds Odje. Florenzi again. Pushes the ball in. Morgenstern has it, keeps it in play as well. Florenzi to Asensio. Need to get the ball in the box really. He does it now, but it's cleared out to Asensio. Bit of room on the left flank. Bernard with it. Slips it into Odje. Ball into Morgenstern. Again with Odje. Pull to Asensio on the edge of the area, and Gabbiadini lazily volleys that one into the bottom corner, and that is this tie well and truly over. Traore with the throw. Ball given away. Patric loses it to Odje. He's been very good today. Asensio on the ball. Back to Odje. Just hanging on to it. He then loses it to Patric. Every time I praise a player, the commentator's curse kicks in. Here's Aguirre. Kubai with a crucial block. Gabbiadini, can he launch the ball forward? Instead, he's given it away. Aguirre sends the ball over to Iturbe. Goes past the player, and lovely change of pace and an excellent finish from Juan Iturbe to make it 3-1. Traore with the throw. Ball comes to Odje, edge of the area. Finds Sensi, but that was not well placed enough. He was looking for the bottom corner and couldn't find it. Sedlacek sends the ball forward, but that is the full-time whistle. We are into the quarterfinals of the Europa League quite convincingly, and that gives me a lot of confidence ahead of the second leg of the TIM Cup as well, where we'll also be playing Torino again. But it means that we should hopefully be making it into the next round. Well, before we wrap up this episode, it's worth doing the Europa League draw, because you might notice Bayern Munich did not make it through. They were knocked out by dark horses Milan, and this is a very competitive quarter-final grouping. The only weak teams in here, probably Shakhtar Donetsk. You can argue Sevilla as Sporting, and possibly Leicester, not the greatest teams in the world, but we'd really want to avoid Atletico and Man United if we can, because they are Champions League teams, there's no doubt about that. But let's get into the draw, and it's Atletico out first, and they get Manchester United. That is the draw that we really wanted to see, because it knocks one of the big teams out ahead of the semi-finals. And I'm not going to say we're going to beat the best teams to win this competition. If we win this competition, it will be because of the luck of the draw and other big teams knocking other big teams out. We are definitely not one of the favourites for this. Sporting next out of the hat. They get Leicester, so Milan are still a chance. We're next out. Who are we getting? It is Sevilla. Now, I will take that. I think we can beat Sevilla and put ourselves into the semi-final. Milan are going to be difficult if they go through against Shakhtar, but the big news is that Atletico and United are playing each other, and then you just have to hope that it's whoever wins that who take on Milan in the semi-final, and hopefully that will give us the best chance of going through all the way to the final. But that's going to be a tough draw regardless against Sevilla. They are currently, if we take a look at their club, they're currently 9th in La Liga, so maybe they're not going to be that difficult. They're down and about where we are, but we're on an upturn in form, and it's difficult to say the same is true of them. But it means the next episode we'll be back focusing on the league. We've got 2 more games against Torino, and we'll also play against Fiorentina and Roma. Those are going to be huge games, both at home in Serie A against teams we need to hunt down. If we win both of those, we could certainly look at closing the gap on Roma down to just 2 points, and Fiorentina as well. We could also close that gap. So they are going to be huge matches if we're going to look to qualify for Europe through the league. But that is it for this episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. 3 more wins on the scoreboard. That disappointing defeat to Palermo, the only bad result in quite a long run of games, so we're really doing well at the moment. Make sure to subscribe if you want to see how we get on in the cup competitions and the rest of the league season. But until next time, see ya.